Hi everyone, my name is Audrey Alison and I wanted to create this intro video to let you know that 6 out of the 12 videos have a delay in the audio, and I even re-recorded them. It's probably the Mercury retrograde. My MacBook Pro tends to have a delay every retrograde, so I apologize if there's a disconnect between my vocals and what you see on the screen. I just wanted to wish you a Happy New Year and thank you for listening to the forecast, even if it's disconnected somehow. I tried. I'm not an engineer. I did everything I could. So hopefully next month I won't have the same issue when Mercury is direct. Have a sweet day. Hi Libra, my name is Audrey Alison. Thank you for joining me for your January 2016 forecast for the month. I'm indoors due to the freezing temperatures here on the West Coast. It's weirdly in the high 30s. So I'm not doing forecasts outside. That's not great for the health. So thank you for joining me. And let's get to January. I want to thank you as well for liking and subscribing to my channel, as well as my Facebook page, Audrey Alison Astrology and Tarot. Let's start the top of the month on the 1st with Mercury entering Aquarius. This is a short stay because once Mercury enters Aquarius, he will retrograde at the 1 degree mark on the 5th of January through the 25th of January. So this review, which is Mercury, is taking place initially in the 5th house for you, but really goes deep into the 4th house, retrograding back into the 14 degree mark of Capricorn. So look on your natal charts and see where 1 degree of Aquarius through 14 degrees of Capricorn lies for you. Please watch your ascendant and your rising sign for these forecasts, because the degrees are a little more accurate for your ascendant when it comes to planetary transits. These are solar forecasts though. So Mercury reviewing initially in the 5th, which is children, romance, your creative passions and what you are passionate about, your creativity, your entrepreneurial endeavors. Then deeply retrograding Mercury in the 4th house of home and mother and the maternal energy, your foundation, your deep roots. As Mercury retrogrades deeper into Capricorn, he will trine Jupiter, who's stationed in Virgo. And Jupiter will also be retrograding on the 7th of January at 23 degrees of Virgo, retrograding back to 13 degrees of Virgo. So that 10-degree spot where Jupiter retrogrades, although not a negative energy when Jupiter retrogrades, he just slows up the dispersing abundance. But Jupiter being so benevolent, really it's not a negative connotation when he slows down. It's just how he is improving the sector where you're holding him in the 12th house of spirituality, your quiet time, your house of rest, your house of release, your house of addictions. Jupiter is expanding this house, and in a retrograde, it's a little bit slower, but still you're reaping reward with Jupiter in the 12th house. You're getting a lot of recuperative rest. And you have an optimism and a faith with Jupiter in regards to perhaps your spirituality, or your psychic ability is expanding, your intuitiveness, which is the 12th house. Jupiter is just sitting there growing. So a lot of you Librans are very much aware, the subconscious mind in the 12th house of your instincts are very spot on when it comes to your intuitiveness. So I love that. On the 3rd of January, Mars enters Scorpio, and this is your 2nd house of finance, budget, self-value, self-worth, your possessions. Mars is activity, action, stimulation, energy, physicality. Now in the money sector, for 60 days, from January 3rd through the end of February, you could find that you're accumulating more possessions, or the selling and the earning of your possessions could happen, or your money picks up. Mars is stimulation in the money sector. Great time for Well, after Mercury goes direct on the 25th, from the 25th of January through the end of February is a great time for garage sales, selling of possessions. But in a Mercury retrograde, that might be hard to gather. You could go through the review process of the home. Actually, the retrograde in the fourth house of home is great for getting prepared for sales, garage sales, the selling of your possessions, the review, the analysis, which is Mercury working for you in that realm. But then implementing what it takes to handle that after the 25th of January. But Mars is earnings in the second house. So I feel like you could expect to increase the budget or the earning potential at that time. On the 7th, we have that retrograde with Jupiter. On the 9th, and did I say that Jupiter remains retrograde through May 10th? I think I did. If not, there you go. It's a long time with Jupiter retrograde, but still not a negative energy. On the 9th of January is our new moon at 19 degrees of Capricorn. In that sector, the fourth house of home, where the energy is, the new moon is replenishing, where Mercury is drawing from in that retrograde. So new intentions around the environment. Set your goals and your awareness around what you'd like to change in the four walls that you are residing in, or even deeper than that, your soul, your soul foundation. Something new could be happening inside of you, not just the environment, the literal environment, but your environment. On the 20th, the sun enters Aquarius, and this is the fifth house where Mercury initiated its retrograde. The fifth house of children. The sun shining the warmth, the energy, the life force into a sector of fun, which is much needed for Librans. So fifth house is gambling. It's sports, it's leisure, it's pleasure. It's all things Leo on the solar wheel, which is there, extreme risk-taking and doing things just for the fun of it. And creativity, being very creative. Entrepreneurs or people that own their own businesses have success when the sun is in the fifth house. So for you Librans who took a leap of faith and a gamble in the fifth house and are working for yourselves, that energy when the sun is there for 30 days from the 20th of January through the 19th of February is where you shine. On the 23rd, Venus, your ruling planet, enters Capricorn. Again, a lot of energy in the fourth house where Mercury's retrograde, where the new moon is held. Venus is harmony, and you know her very well. The goddess of love, Aphrodite, your ruling planet. Sensuality, warmth and harmony is Venus. The smoothing over of energy in the fourth house of home. And we also have our full moon on the 23rd at 3 degrees of Leo. This is the 11th house of friendships and goals for you. So that's a beautiful accumulation of energy in the 11th house. You might see a friend move away at that time, or since the full moon brings an ending or an awareness in the sector it touches, maybe you've completed a goal, the 11th house of goals and wishes at that time. Let me get to your cards. I'm using the Alchemical deck by Robert M. Place. This is a pretty old deck. I don't think it's out. I think it's out of print. I don't think they make this edition any longer. But let me see what's going on for Libra for January 2016. And if you'd like a personal reading with me, you go to audreyalison.com. You select your desired reading length via the PayPal button on my appointment request page, and also submit that little form on the appointment request page, just requesting your email and your name. And then I will email you back. Once you've made your placed your order, I will get back to you in an email and we'll set up the reading. Okay, Libra, here are your cards for 2016 for January. The Sun, the most beautiful success card in the tarot, also happiness, relationship, the success of relationship. Really denotes the season of summer, but it is the warmth. It's having success in finding soulmate energy. It's the card of marriage. The Chariot, so you have some major arcana cards. information is coming to you. This is also the sign of Cancer in the Tarot. It doesn't have to be that's who this relationship is, but if it makes sense, it makes sense. But these are major arcana cards. The Chariot is bringing the relationship to you. So patience is required. Also, the Chariot is successful as well, and it's a spiritual card. It's, larger forces governing these events. King of Swords. This is you, Libra. You Libra males and you Libra females who have a lot of masculine energy. This is representing the sign of Libra, just validating that in the spread. But it could also represent a lawyer, an attorney, a detective, someone who's working in the field of the swords, which is an authority position, someone taking a legal position. Let's see what else comes up. Wow, another major arcana, the Lovers. So this is pretty huge. So these three major arcana cards bringing in successful relationship energy, the Lovers, the Sun, the Chariot's bringing this to you, Libra. And or those of you expecting contacts with attorneys, there's success around this, and information is not all available yet, but I think this is a January reading, but for some reason I want to say by the season of summer, this will all be tied up into not loose ends. Your loose ends will be tightened up. Now I also have the Knight of Staffs. This is moving or relocating, searching for new land, the development of new property for some of you Librans, and perhaps you're doing that with someone else, the soulmate energy, or you're headed to a new place and you're waiting on this to come through. If this isn't an attorney for you, it can represent you, Libra, but it's also being very direct, clear thinking, and being very clear in your thoughts and your communications, especially in the retrograde. Pick and choose your words wisely. Only say what it is you really mean, and leave out the rest so nothing can get misconstrued. Your retrograde is in the 4th house of home, though. So watch appliances, and you might have to update some electronics around the home, or the need to review what's in stock in the home and make some changes eventually, not during the retrograde, but that's the great time to take heed of what's around, revise, review, rewrite. Thank you so much, Libra. I'm wishing you a beautiful new year. Happy 2016. And if you'd like to read with me, like me to read for you, I'm at audreyalison.com. And you can also take a look at my Facebook page, Audrey Alison Astrology and Tarot. Have a great day, and remember, the sky is limitless, so reach for the stars.